Seems to attack the current CS, John Mbadi, as he is somehow proposing the reintroduction of the finance bill which the Gen Zs were against. And we can recall very well that the finance bill is what made Kenyans to go back to the street, and they demonstrated against it because President Ruto was forcing them to pay 1 or 2, 3 things in different sectors in taxation. Allow me to read whatever John Mbadi is saying, the current CS Treasury. Our team is already working on some of the proposals that were in the Finance Bill 2024, which we can now put together and see how to take them back to Parliament, not as a finance bill, but as other proposal. We will do an expensive public participation. You see, Mbadi is trying to twist Kenyans' mentality that they don't understand what they are doing. And when you look at this thing, it is all about just the same finance bill Ruto is trying to vote against, trying to vote in order to complete what he had or intention he had on this finance bill. And again, as if that is not enough, the other day Mbadi was spotted by the IMF boss in his office. So does it mean that our country is being governed or controlled by the IMF? And I had analyzed that a country which is being governed by the IMF and the World Bank is the worst country, and don't expect any changes, because the IMF and the World Bank, if we refuse to pay loans, they are going to do what we call auctioning, or auctioneers. They come and pick their own properties and go away with, whether it is going to be airport, whether it is going to be state house, whatever they like, they take and go away with. But let us all forget about the IMF and the World Bank and come to our realistic here and ask ourselves, why do you think Mbadi is proposing the amendment or taking the something which was in the finance bill to the Parliament in the discussion? And again, he preferred people's thought to be made in decision making by putting public participation. Before I carry on, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your genuine support in this platform, because if it was not your support, then this channel could have not reached to where it is as at now. And to the new subscribers, I want to thank you and appreciate you so much for your great support. Please consider to give this video a thumb of like. When you like this video, it will reach several people in the YouTube community. And again, if you are watching me for the first time, having interest to proceed with this political discussion, I request you take a 1 second and click that notification bell and subscribe to our YouTube channel. In that next time when I upload to such kind of a video, the video will automatically comes into your YouTube platform. Let's proceed with this discussion. Now, Mbadi, I told you, is not controlling himself, but Ruto is the one controlling Mbadi, and all the new CSs are being controlled. The other day we saw Ndumu complaining that there was force behind controlling him, and that is why he was forced to raise high taxes. So believe me or not, Mbadi cannot run this treasury himself by his own mentality. Ruto's mentality is still made in the treasury, and is the one controlling the treasury. That is why our country is falling, because Ruto is controlling each and every sector of the CS administration. Whether you go to mining, is the one still there. When you go to industrialization, whichever the mining case, is still there. Energy is still there. Health is still there. So it's the one controlling all this CSS administration. You see now, Mbadi is coming out again with this confusion, having to draft the reintroduction of the new finance bill by picking 1 or 2, 3 points in that bill. And Kenyans are very clever. They know very well that it is just the same finance bill they are trying to reintroduce in the parliament to be drafted and amended into laws in order both Ruto and Mbadi to benefit. Because if they had that interest, to help Kenyans, they couldn't have come with another story. They could have come again with other things else on how to stabilize the economy. And that is what even Mbadi said during his swearing in. He said that our economy is sinking, and therefore the first thing is to ensure that he made Kenyan economy to stabilize and to be success. That is what Mbadi said, if we recall. But here comes ironical, and another story is saying that the finance bill which were now put together, ati washaweka hiyo finance bill pamoja, warudishe kwa parliament to be amended again, and public participation before proportion. It means that it is both now Mbadi and Ruto's interest to stab Kenyans' mentality and still proceed with their own gluttoniness by stealing people's property, by even hijacking Kenyans who can't save, and forcing Kenyans to pay tax. And that is what even made the people to go to the street and complain that it was too much and heavy for them. I told Ruto's administration that leadership is not all about having interest on how you can benefit and steal or whichever, take money, re-enrich yourself. I told them very well that leadership is all about subjecting yourself to others, listening to them, and finding the best solution on what to make for a future use, for even a future generation. But it somehow they didn't listen to me because they are above the law. Look at this. This is going to haunt our country, and if you are not keen, demonstration is still going to carry on. People are going to lose their life, and we are still going to fight, and Kenyans are going to fight till death. That is what Ruto wants, and I can conclude by saying that this regime is happy seeing people losing their life, and they are very much happy seeing bloodshed in our country. And if that is their mentality, why don't they humble themselves and listen to Kenyans on whatever they are saying? That is what, as a leader, you ought to do in your life, because after all, hizi pesa zote watu wanatafuta tunaziacha tu hapa, lakini kama bado tuko na uhai kwa neema ya Mungu na ile upendo Mungu ametupea na mamlaka kidogo, let us assemble ourselves, think together, and find on how we can help Kenyans, we can help our country as one people united. I rest my case at that point. Drop your opinion, ladies and gentlemen.